Hi everyone. Let's talk about Project 3, the business strategy. We've seen in weeks 1 and 2 how the traditional publishing and distribution industry work. Basically, you have to find an agent who shops your creative content for a publishing deal. Once it's in the hands of the agent, the rest is up to them, basically. It's a pretty easy process on our part. However, in weeks 3 and 4, we're talking now about how to self-publish our work. That's a little bit more complicated. We need to find an appropriate print-on-demand or aggregator, as you folks know, who will handle the distribution for us. That is key to success. We also need to think of, in addition to our distribution, we also need to think about our marketing. Everything is going to be up to us on our end in order to get that content out there. We cannot just throw it on the internet and hope we sell something. We absolutely need a strategic plan. So this project will help you folks put together a business plan for your strategy of self-publishing and distributing your creative content or the content of your client. So here we go. Here are the instructions for this. And you'll see, folks, at a minimum, the strategy must include a detailed discussion of each of the following. And you'll notice it's got a mission statement, executive summary, company description, product, manufacturing, distribution, marketing, and so on. You might be looking at this and thinking it looks a lot like what? And I hope you said a business plan. It does. Business plans are very common, as you know, if you're seeking investor financing or bank loans, but business plans can also be used to launch a product or a service. We just tailor them instead of talking about the business as a whole, we tailor it to that specific product or service, which is what we're going to do here. And you'll find that a business strategy or a business plan is a wonderful roadmap to help you achieve your goals. There is no page requirement for this assignment. It is a professional document. It's not a term paper. But typically a range of 3 to 10 pages is very common. My joke is, the more information you give me, the more points I give you. Okay, so you're welcome in this project, by the way, to create a fictitious publishing or production company if your final project business isn't in the business of publishing or distributing, and it may be a restaurant, for example. I just don't want anybody, even in a hypothetical project, to be acting as a sole proprietor because, as you folks know, the risks legally and financially are so great. I would like you to either use a real or a fake, made-up hypothetical company for this project. Even it being a fake project, it's still that important. I want it to get in everybody's minds. Okay, this project is worth 20%. We'll be grading it on content, organization, style, and our old friends, grammar, spelling, and punctuation. Because it is not a term paper, there is no need for APA sources or citations. If you wish to include them, you certainly can, but you're not required to do that. All right, here we have our assignment rubric. Content 30%, organization, coherence 30, style and purpose 20, grammar, spelling, punctuation 20. And our old friends, the EBMS policies. It's pretty easy. All right, next, I'd like to take a look at the strategy template itself. Folks, if you read this, it'll walk you through exactly everything you need to do. Literally, put your company's name or product title at the top of the page. And it reminds you of things. There's no page length, for example. 3 to 10 pages is average. You'll need to discuss each of these. This may sound funny to some of you, because I know you wouldn't do this, but sometimes students forget and they leave all of this language in here. This needs to go away. It's just a template. You want this to look like you made this yourself, okay? I know, sometimes you just forget, but don't forget. Get rid of all of this when you do your own project. All right, mission statement. Number 1, in this section, describe the mission of your creative content. In other words, your movie, your music, your book, your screenplay, whatever it is. For example, what is its mission? Does it entertain? Does it enlighten? Does it give a message? Does it educate? Your mission should look very much like a teaser or an elevator pitch, just a few sentences. And you want to spend a lot of time on this because it's really going to help you then with your marketing section, for example. It's also great if anybody asks you, so what's your book about? Or what kind of music do you write? Or what kind of movies do you make? You can answer them very quickly if you spend a few moments thinking about this. Executive summary, you're going to describe yourself here. If you want to reuse any relevant biographical information from prior projects, you can. Those of you who've written in Project 2, if you've done a book proposal, if you did a press kit, if you did a film treatment, there's a biographical section in there. If you want to copy and paste it to reuse it in this section, you're welcome to do that. For the company description, you want to tell me what kind of corporate entity are you using, or would you hypothetically be using to release your creative content. You can use your final project business here. You can create a hypothetical company, for example, a to-be-formed Florida limited liability company. It's up to you. Or a real one that you currently run. Under the product section, you want to tell me again about your creative content that you used, that you pitched in your query letter in Project 1, and that you created proposals, press kits, or treatments for in Project 2. And once again, you can reuse any content from prior projects to complete this section. If you want to go back into your treatment or your proposal or the press kit and copy and paste the information that describes your film, your TV show, your book, your music, what have you, go ahead and do that. It's okay. Where you're going to be giving me brand new material is this section here, manufacturing and distribution. It's very important, folks, that you've started to do your research on finding an appropriate print-on-demand or aggregator who's going to secure distribution for you. And then you want to discuss why you picked that company, what are the royalty rates, the payment terms, and so on. Will you have hard copy and or digital distribution? You want to tell me a lot about what channels of distribution will they be getting for you. Now, you don't need to do any ROIs or spreadsheets with financials, but I do want to know a little bit about the money. I want to know, for example, what kind of price point you would set per unit. What kind of royalties do you think you'd get in the first year? How many copies do you think you would likely sell in the first year, and so on. Okay, you'll want to also discuss whether the deal has an exclusive or non-exclusive option to it. Most print-on-demand and aggregator deals are of a non-exclusive type, meaning you can use that company for one service, but then you're free to use other companies for other services, such as another company to help you with merchandising, or another one to help you with marketing, or so on. And then finally, if you have any licensing or merchandising options, discuss them. In your marketing section, you're going to tell me what promotional or marketing strategies you formulated, what kind of Web 2.0 or social media options are available. From your digital marketing class, you probably got some great ideas, and some things in this class, you might have some ideas as well. You don't need to have a traditional media campaign that requires multi-million-dollar radio or television ads or things like that. No. I'd really like to see just a social media campaign for this. Tell me a little information about your demographics or target market, if you have a particular brand or logo to identify your content, and a quick SWOT analysis. Who is your competition? What do you have that's better? And so on. And finally, you'll provide a brief summary, conclusion, or closing comments. You can be creative with this. Sometimes students will include photos. You don't have to. Sometimes they'll include charts or graphs. It's fantastic. You don't have to, but it's up to you. Whatever you want to give to me, the more you give to me, the more points I give to you, as I say. All right. If, as usual, anybody has any questions about this assignment, don't hesitate to send me an email or get in touch, and I'll help you as much as I can. And I look forward to seeing what your strategies are. Thanks so much. Have a great week. Bye-bye.